Hi there, let's take a look at your submission for the Chapter 1 mid-level. So you can see on the screen I have already displayed the results from your submission to the My IT Lab system. I want you to log into our Blackboard site, advance to My IT Lab, and take a look at the results there for the Chapter 1 mid-level. Notice that on the right-hand side you can download a copy of this submitted file. I've already done this. I've downloaded it and I opened the file within Excel. Go ahead, do that same thing, and then we'll walk through the corrections together. All right, let's take a look at what the system didn't like about the work. So in step 4, it gave you most of the points. I'm going to click the arrow to expand this and see exactly what it didn't like. And it says in the cells E5 through E12, the category or the formatting was not set to number, and the decimal places was not set to 0. So let's go ahead and fix that. After you download your submitted file and open it in Excel, make sure you're in the Houses Sold sheet. Go ahead and select E5 through E12. From the Home tab in the Number group, click that down arrow and choose the number formatting style. So I'm going to choose number. And then we have to decrease the decimal twice, 1, 2, to get rid of all decimals. All right, so that's what it's looking for there. Let's continue on. I'm going to collapse that again. Step 5 says format list prices and sold prices with accounting number format and 0 decimal places. And it gave you most of the points. So let's see. Oh, it just says the decimal places. It couldn't find the decimal places. Okay, so we're going to go back to Excel. We're still on the Houses Sold sheet. I'm going to select F4 through G12. And then here is where we decrease the decimal. So I'm going to click this command twice, 1, 2, to set the decimal places to 0. All right, back to the grade book. That should give you the points for that step. Step 5, gonna collapse that again. Step 7, format the values in H5 through H12 to percent style with 2 decimal places. I'm gonna expand it and see what it didn't like. And again, it's the decimal places. So let's go back to our worksheet. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to select H5 through H12. Now this is a curious situation because sometimes decimal places don't display simply because there's not enough room. So I'm just going to expand the H column a little bit. Oh, it doesn't have them. Well, let's see. So H5 through H12 decimal places. Oh, we're supposed to have decimal places. Sorry, it's the reverse of the others. Oh, silly. It's been a long day. All right, so you don't have to expand the column, but you do have to add decimal places. So we're going to increase the decimal. That's that command there. 1, 2. We're going to have 2 decimal places for those numbers there. How silly. Yep, set the decimal places to 2. Okay, that should be the points there. Step 10. Edit the list date for Chestnut Circle to 4/22 and Amsterdam Drive. All right, so back to your worksheet. Amsterdam, well, let's do the first one. Chestnut Circle, you have 4/22. Oh yeah, I gave you some of the points. But then the second part of that step says the Amsterdam Drive should have a list price of $355,000. So I'm going to edit this to be 355,000, and that should add the points there. Yeah, there it is. That's what it didn't like. Okay, step 14, set days on market column to 9. Let's check. Well, let's first expand this and see what the heck it didn't like. Column E was not set to 9. Oh, okay, that was a lucky break. So back here, houses sold, I'm going to right click with my right mouse button right on the letter E. I'm going to choose column width with a left click, and then I'm going to set that column width to 9. Click OK. All right, is that right? So column E was not set to 9. Days on market column width to 9. Yeah, I think we changed other column widths in the formula sheet, but in houses sold, that column should be set to 9. That'll give you the points there. Step 15, apply the scaling. We did have trouble with this in class, so what we're going to do is houses sold. I'm on the houses sold sheet. I'm going to choose page layout, and here scaling. I'm going to increase it to 120%. And then I think that's the last thing that needs correcting. Oh, fiddlesticks, there's a couple more. All right, step 19, display cell formulas, set options to print grid lines and row headings. Here are the column changes. You know what I suspect happened? Yeah, maybe didn't see any of this. Yep, it's possible that you applied them to houses sold. All of these things need to be on the formulas sheet. All right, so let's get going on some of this stuff. So I'm going to hop over to the formula sheet. We need to display the formulas. So on my keyboard, I'm going to press and hold the Control key and press just once the tilde key. And the tilde is to the left of the number 1. So Control tilde, tilde is like a little squiggly mark. And do you see how all of my formulas now display? It's kind of handy. All right, what else do we need to do? Display formulas, set options to print grid lines, row and column headings. All right, so I'm still on the page layout tab. I'm going to click Print Titles. From the Sheet tab here, I'm going to say Grid Lines, Row and Column Headings. So turn both of those on and click OK. All right, what else? Set 6.86 column width to column E and 6 to column H. All right, so I'm going to select column E. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say column width, and it's 6.86. Click OK. The other one is column H. I'm going to right click, column width, and here the column width is just 6, and click OK. All right, I think that's everything for step 19. Step 20, group the two worksheets, set the orientation to landscape, center the page horizontally and vertically. Okay, so to group them, be active on one of the sheets. On your keyboard, press and hold Shift and click the other sheet, and then you can release the Shift key. Okay, so from the page layout tab, orientation needs to be set to landscape, and then click Print Titles again. This time under the margins tab, oh, you've got it turned on. Oh, it gave you some of the points. Yeah, sorry. So click OK to that. All right, and I think that's everything. Yeah, it gave you points because it saw that stuff's done. Step 21, with both sheets still grouped, insert a footer with Exploring Series on the left, sheet name code in the center, file name code on the right. Okay, so both sheets are still grouped. Again, I'm going to click Print Titles. I'm going to click Header Footer here, this tab, Header Footer. Oh, and it doesn't see any of the content here. So we're going to do a custom footer. In the left section, we're just going to type the phrase Exploring Series. It's the name of our textbook. In the center, we're going to add the sheet name, and you have to use this little button. In the right-hand side, you're going to add the file name, and that's this little button here. All right, click OK. It gives you a preview down here. Perfect. Click OK again. And then I think that should be it. Is that the last one? Yep, that's the last one. So when you're done making those corrections, save your Excel file, upload it to My IT Lab, get those points back. If you have any questions at all, you can email me at any time.